Turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.
Hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Güero and today we're going to do something different. Actually it's the first time that I try to do this, so I'm really excited. Today we're going to learn how to make a mid-tempo bass, you know, that futuristic and crazy genre that is really popular right now. I'm going to show you how to make this genre, only the basic. I'm going to avoid the mixing, the master and all that process. I'm just going to show you the main steps. So, with nothing more right the moment, let's go with the video. Okay, now that we are on our favorite DAW, we're only going to need drums, also the bass, some effects, and the melody. Here we are including also the harmony. And one little thing just before we begin, this genre is between 90 to 110 BPM, so let's put a middle BPM. So let's begin with this production. First of all, we're going to need a kick. As a suggestion, you can choose one that is punchy and fat, something like this. Powerful. Then we're going to add a clap. The next step is optional, but I will really recommend to do it. I'm going to add a little effects in every single two claps. This is to make something more unique in this case. This will be something like this. As you can see, I also add automatization and this is going to generate a different dynamic to the left and to the right. And this will be sounding like this with the kick and the clap. Moving on, we have the hi-hats. In here I use hi-hats MIDI and I add a personal plugin called Empty Power Drum Kick 2, just to add something more natural. It will sound like this. Okay, so let's move on and add a ride. With the rest will sound like this. Then we can add a crash. And the last step for the drums is very important. You can add 1 to 2 drum loops. In this case, I'm going to add 2. Also, I add an auto pad to each one to make it more dynamic and to avoid flatness. The same for this one. So let's see our final result in the drums. Okay, so I can start feeling this energy, mid-tempo energy with only the drums, but we need to continue with the next instruments. Okay, so let's begin with the production of the basses. As you can see, I only use some simple notes, D and C. So this is only a simple bass line that will sound like this. Next we're going to add a sub with the same notes. It will sound like this. This is very important to feel the power in our speakers. Moving on, we have a second bass making the same pattern but with different notes. In this case I have A and F sharp. It will sound like this. So this bass was made with Vital, the free alternative to Serum. It's just two basic lines, this one and this one, the classic vein. In the effects I just add distortion and a little delay to make it more unique. That's the result, and this is how it sounded with the rest of the basses. And as a final one, well, I was making a lead, but it resulted as a growl, also with Vital. These are the basic lines, a quad saw, basic shapes. I add a little filter with something that is by default, and in the effects we add distortion, multiband compression, a little filter also, and a phaser. This is to generate the lead, the growl as a result. And in here we add a little amp from Ableton. I choose boot and I choose these parameters with a little utility to make an automatization in here. Let's check it out. It sounds more like an alien burp. Let's see the final result of the basses. With the drums we will sounding like this. Alright, I already got the chills from the mid-tempo essence, but we're still missing the effects and the melody. Okay, so here is more like with imagination and creativity. You can add whatever effects you want, but in this case I choose two impacts, a little vocal effects, and two risers that are also with reverse vocals. The first one will sound like this. That's a crazy impact. Then we have the second impact. Moving on, we have these vocal effects that I made with assemble mode, this rate, this amount of feedback, and all this that you can see. And this is spectral resonator. This is something like this. It's a combination like a robot and a spectre. The next riser is this one. And the last one that I use is this one, also a reverse vocal. Originally this is something like that, but I just cut it off like this to make it more something original. Putting the effects, the bass and the drums, it will be sounding like this. And the last step will be the melody. So moving on to the melody, I did something actually very simple. remember that we are on D major, so I use D, again D, then we continue with F, D, we finish with another F. It sounds like this. Then we continue with this pattern, D, F, and C. We copy paste the first one to the third part of this part. And we make a variation of the second one in here. This will be more like F, E, C, D. The sound we made sound design here with Vital also. This is a simple stabbed line. Then we make little attack, no hold, and decay it's only with 1 second, little delay. The effects, I only use distortion in this one, so as you can see it's a very simple sound for the melody. This is a very catchy one actually. Then we need to add something important to our melody to make it more powerful and less thin. Here I use a 808 in the melody. I put it in the simpler and I only follow a simple pattern as a bass line with a little variation in here. And well, the last step in here will be choosing an atmosphere. In this case I choose 2. The first one is sounding something like this. The last one is something like this, like maybe it's a reverse vocal, I will say. And as you can see, well, the final result of the melody will be like this. Majestic. So let's hear the final result, the final 8-bar result. So that's how we produce our mid-tempo bass, so you can continue and adding more and more instrument effects. I just show you the basics. And well, with that we finished the video from today. I hope you like it and hope that this process was useful for you. Remember that this is the process that I just follow, but if you want to add, I don't know, additional audios, MIDIs or anything else, you're free to do so. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button. I'm going to leave you my social media in the comment box or also in the somewhere in the screen. I don't know. Where are you? And well, I hope to see you really soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.